Yo, 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 what's up, party people? Welcome to another episode of Omnibroslive here on YouTube, Facebook, X, your mama's house, all brought to you by InStockTrades.com. We'll get into the ad in a second. But with me is my one and only Lou, Comics Guide 101. What's up, brother, man?
What up, what up? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, no, it's Wednesday. Good.
Wednesday, new comic book day for all the single collectors out there.
Hell yeah. It's the favorite day of the week for a lot of people out there. You weekday warriors out there. Anybody in the chat that is still a Wednesday warrior, sticking true to it, go ahead and let us know, please. And while you're at it, why don't you let us know what you hauled? We're curious to that stuff. See if anybody had anything good this week.
Dude, you know what came out this week, fool?
What came out?
Damn it, I should have got it on my lunch break. Dang it. Ultimate Spider-Man number 5.
I gotta read that on my tablet. I gotta read that.
I caught up on the 3 and 4. I was talking about it on Wednesday. What up, James? What up, Kane? You got NFL dude in the chat. We got Ira in the chat. We got Derek in the chat. William Lee.
Love it.
Yeah, dude. What's up, everybody? CNSS 84 bringing it in. A bunch of love in the house tonight, guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up on Wednesday. But yeah, dude, Ultimate Spider-Man 5 came in or launched this week. Yeah, dude.
It's oh man, it's at the top of my read every single week. Look, I know. Let me get my shoe shine polish out while I go ahead and bow at the knees of Jonathan Hickman. But every time he drops a book, that's the first thing I read that week, hands down. It's usually if Jonathan Hickman drops, I'm reading that. That's the first thing. And then I'll go through the rest of my pull list and go, okay, what else am I reading this week? Oh, Garth Ennis. I'm going to read that, stuff like that.
Speaking about bowing to the knee, before we get started tonight, I want to give a thank you and a much love and appreciation to the one and only King Jack Kirby. That's right. Everybody, we know what's up. We got to bow to the knee. We got to say thank you. We got to give our praise and love and affection and appreciation to the one and only king of comic books. We would not be here if it wasn't for the king. There would be no Snyderverse. There'd be no MCU. There'd be no X-Men 97. So Jack Kirby, the king, thank you, sir.
That's Stan Lee, isn't it? Isn't that what you're talking about?
Fuck Stan Lee.
That's been kind of an ongoing joke, I think, in our circle of friends is every time somebody says, "Oh, happy birthday, Stanley," I post a picture of Jack Kirby. I'm like, yeah, that's the guy who, God bless. You know what? I don't hate Stanley. God bless him.
Not at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. You needed a face, and Stanley, for all the stuff he gets, Stanley was a creative voice in the industry. I do like that the Jack Kirby estate, when that Stan Lee documentary came out, and I think they said, "Hey, Kirby didn't get the love he should have gotten on this doc. He should have been recognized a lot more." I think that's what they said. Something along those lines, right?
There was something like that did come out, I think, from Kirby's family.
I'm
right.
Super paraphrasing here, by the way.
Yeah.
But it was something along those lines. Which is true. Which is very true. Stan was the idea guy. Kirby was the creative juices behind that stuff.
It's all, unfortunately, they're both dead, so there's really nobody that can really corroborate anything anymore. Yeah. But that's super highly debated on one side or the other for sure.
True.
So we've given a thank you to all the awesome people in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to the king. And we got one last big major thank you, and that is to our sponsor here on Omnibroslive, InStockTrades.com. Everybody, most people here, I'm sure you're all well aware of InStock Trades and the amazing deals and prices that they have on all your omnibuses, Epic collections. I see you in the chat, Samantha. Epic collections, you know what's up. All your collected editions, hardcovers, absolutes, everything you want collected editions is available. InStockTrades.com, up to 50% off. If you get to that red tag sale, you're going to find some crazy, like 60% off, sometimes even higher. Free shipping in the United States on all orders over $50, which is crazy if you want to look at what shipping costs these days. So just a small order of $50 will get you that free shipping that will come awesomely packed, shipped incredibly quick to your house. awesome customer service, all that available through instocktrades.com, everybody.
Mm.
Hell yeah. All right. Lou, what you been up to, man? What's up?
Man, I've been chilling. I've been really, really chilling. It's actually been not that bad of a week. Today I was supposed to do jury duty, but I got an email around 10 o'clock last night saying, "Hey, you don't have to show up for jury duty." I'm like, "Fuck!" That means I have to go to work. Um, and the thing is, I cleared out my whole schedule before I had to go because I knew I had to go to jury duty today about a week ago. I'm just gonna clear out my schedule.
And it's
I don't
usually
have
an
to go
all-day thing, too. You're just sitting there waiting to get missed anyways.
Bingo. So I go to work. I'm like, I almost have nothing to do today. I was picking up the slack from some of the other people because, it's the busiest time of the year. So I was like, hey, just give me something to do just to help you guys out. And that's literally been my day. It's been chill as fuck.
Jury duty sucks, dude, because if you can't get out of jury duty, then you're a moron, which just means jury's all full of morons. There are people who couldn't get out of jury duty.
Or you want to be on the jury.
My wife wants to. She's like, man, I would love to be on a jury. I go, no, you don't. Because you get paid like $6 a day or something.
Dude, mine did it. She wanted to be on it. She asked to be on. She had jury duty for the first time last year. And she said, yeah, I'll do it. And it was just a quick in and out thing. She was done by the end of the day. But she was really interested in the whole process. And she ended up doing jury duty. I'm like, wow, you are really committed to this. I try my best just to get out of the fucking thing.
No way, I've never been in the courtroom for jury duty. It's usually you sit in the hallway and you're there like all day long, and they go, nope, not going to trial. Everybody, have a good day. I'm like, oh man, I just wasted my whole day here being an idiot. So I've never even gotten close, but I know I would be like, oh, I think I know that guy. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I know him. He looks familiar. Maybe we went to school together. I would say something just to get out of it. Like I don't want to be involved. I don't care.
I guess I'm part of the problem.
And I hope I never have to go in front of a jury because I don't think a jury of my peers is, some 80-year-old lady and a third key at GameStop, so. That's
typically what it is. I mean, a lot of times, so my background is criminal justice. That's what I studied. And a lot of times it's so easy to get out of jury duty that you really have to really want to participate to really get stuck on a jury.
Yeah.
I think that's the bottom line of it because they literally ask you, whatever. They literally ask you all these questions. Would it intervene? Do you have any family that's police? Blah 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 blah. Would you be biased against the court case and everything? And it's so easy to get out of it that hey, more power to you if you want to serve. I don't have the time to serve, especially if it's a long case that gets dragged out because it can happen.
Yeah, I'm not getting segregated. That's not going to happen. Not sequestered. Sorry, sequestered.
Sequestered. Yeah. Then I'm just like, no. Just let me move on with my day. I got a whole bunch of other stuff I got going on.
And I'm not taking time off of work. William in the chat say, "Oh, if you try to get out of jury duty, you're a terrible citizen. Part of the problem. You know what? Then fix the system where I don't have to miss work and get paid $5 a day to do it."
You don't get comped? I get comped for the days. My job will comp.
I'm not sure if I do, but I've been in jobs where people don't, and I know it's not always a thing that people get. So I know it's a problem where it's like I'm not doing this because I can't get out of work or I'm gonna get paid like junk to be here. Like, what's the point? Yeah. I understand it's a civil like need. I think that's all gibberish, whatever the case is. But it's change the system, fix it so it's not a massive inconvenience.
Yeah, I get comped, so that was why I was like, well, at the very least, if I show up today and it's a thing where it's hey, you're sitting there all day and you just go home at the end of the day and you don't get picked, I still get paid for the day, so no big loss there. And I take it as a day off, and my plan was I'm just gonna load up my tablet with a whole bunch of comics, a whole bunch of books that I'm reading, and a whole bunch of TV shows that I'm backlogged on, and I'll just chill and see if my number gets called. And then if not, well, I didn't lose anything because I get caught up on a whole bunch of stuff I need to get caught up with.
Have you seen that jury duty show?
Isn't that the one with that dude that was Cyclops in the X-Men movie? Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. I heard it's not bad.
I was watching it, and I was like, "Oh, the concept is pretty cool." I thought it was going to be like a reality show of a jury, No, it's the exact opposite. It's all planned. It's not a real case. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a real jury. It's all really bad actors. It's all people who just want to be reality stars. And one dude who they didn't tell it was fake, and he thinks he's really a part of a jury and stuff. My wife was very into it because she likes that whole jury duty nonsense, and I was like, "This is terrible because it's dumb because it's a reality show." And I was like, "It's a pretend reality show, so it's even worse." So I was like, "I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not for me." William Lee loves it. Perfect, but Derek is organizing his library, 123 Marvel Omnis and around 90 epics, not counting other Marvel books or other publishers. Man, good luck organizing that library, man. Have fun shifting all those books around when you get new books.
You highlight NFL dude at 8:14.
8:14.
Hey, NFL dude.
Today's an off day for me, so I saw Furiosa in IMAX this morning. Definitely worth seeing in a theater. Insane to think that Borderlands could have a stronger opening weekend than Furiosa.
I mean, that's yeah. A lot of people are really like, wow, why did Furiosa do so bad in the theaters? And I don't think Fury Road lit up the theaters either. I think it did just okay as well. But has Mad Max ever been a property that has lit up the movie theaters? I don't think so, right?
No, I think the original one from the 80s is pretty low too. I think it became one of those like, well, it got a sequel. It got Thunderdome or whatever, right?
Yeah. It got a few sequels.
Did it? Okay. But yeah, I don't think it ever like really blew up on anything. But like this weekend's box office for Memorial Day weekend was the worst Memorial Day weekend box office in like 30 years.
Jesus.
Like Garfield and like Furiosa were like neck and neck. Like they both were like around like 30 million or something like that. But again, we've talked about this on the show multiple times. Mm-hmm. It's streaming. Mad Max is going to be on. Dude, the Blu-ray's already announced. So the 4K, that's already way announced. So people know better than to spend $20, your case almost $30, right?
Fuck that.
For tickets, meals, getting out. I just found money in my pocket. That's always awesome. Movie tickets, food. Most of us will need to get a babysitter, just taking time out of your day, whatever the case might be. When nowadays people are like, well, in like a month, if that, it'll be on VOD for like $20. Where we were talking about this on the Patreon show. Everybody check out the Patreon show. You rent the movie for $20. You get it for 48 hours. So you can watch it as many times as you want in that 48-hour period. You can pause it, go to the bathroom, not miss anything, get your own food. You can order a pizza, you go get Indian food, you go get sushi, you go get Vietnamese sandwiches, whatever you want, for a lot cheaper. So it's really just competing against themselves. So the box office has just been shooting themselves in the foot. Other than like big, and I'm surprised Furiosa wasn't that big, but something big like when the Marvel movies start coming back around and being good, like Wolverine and Deadpool is expected to be, things like that. It's going to be like appointment movies, but it's just going to be like the big crazy stuff. It's not going to be a lot of the artsy films and stuff like that. That's going to do good in the box office anymore. That's a done deal. And I'll pat myself on the back. I predicted that when we did our COVID show back in the day.
You did. You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah. You can't get us used. And dude, I'm more than happy to go to the theater. I love going to the theater. I haven't done it this year. There just hasn't been any movies that's been dragging me to it. But I'm all about supporting theaters. I worked in theaters in my younger years.
Yeah, this is not going to be a. I'm going to make a prediction. This is not going to be a one and done incident. I think this is going to be the new averages for the rest of the summer.
Yeah,
you're going to see a lot of big movies or hyped up movies. They're going to flop. They're not going to do as well as people predicted. You're going to have your stuff like, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. That's going to do gangbusters because it's already selling like crazy.
Well, it's already like the highest box or pre-ordered tickets for an R-rated film.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be one of those where kind of a like Endgame where the demand is so high that they'll start opening up midnight releases and things like that. Because for Endgame, there were 3 a.m. screenings. I remember that. There were 2 a.m. screenings. There were 3. It was just almost 24/7. It was the same thing with Force Awakens. Force Awakens. I was working at the time I was working at this horrible elementary school that I was at. And every once in a while I would do a Saturday, just kind of like for extra cash. We could go in on Saturdays and we could, tutor kids and stuff like that. I hated it, but it was extra money. So I showed up on Saturday, and the principal there, who was just, oh God, couldn't stand that guy.
Yeah.
You remember that was a real rough time in my life. You remember that?
Yeah.
The principal there, he's like, "Hey, we don't need you, so just go home." I'm like, "Well, geez, could have fucking used a phone call before I drove my ass out here for 40 minutes to get to work." But okay. So I was like, "Well, I'm already up. Movie theater's down the road. Oh, what the fuck? They're showing an 8 a.m. screening of The Artist. Okay, I'll head over there and I'll catch it."
Yeah.
That was the that James Franco movie. So I get to the theater. I'm like, "Why are you guys open so early?" They said, "Oh, Force Awakens." I'm like, "Oh, that checks out." So they just had a whole bunch of movies playing at the ass cracking on, and I saw the Disaster Artist really early that morning.
I remember. I haven't done it in a while, but man, I miss going to drive-ins. Drive-ins were always really cool when I was a kid, or even as a kid, even like as a young adult, we would just go out to the drive-ins and just party in somebody's pickup truck, And I hope the theaters don't disappear. Like I hope it's not. I hope this doesn't become an era defining tradition of movie theaters. Oh yeah, remember back 30 years ago, we used to all go sit in a room together with strangers and watch a movie together. I like that. There's nothing better than watching, we don't get it much anymore, but a good raunchy comedy and just listening to the entire theater just bust up laughing, or people getting scared, or in game, everybody's like applauding in game. Like those experiences are fantastic, and I hope we don't lose out on that anymore. Samantha says that she read a few days ago that if the Marvels was released this year, it would have been the 5th highest grossing film of the year. It shows the state of cinemas this year. And then again, like all the strikes and stuff like that, that put a lot of damper on things. And
it did. It really did.
They're just squeaking out whatever was kind of, I guess, in the can or available at the time, but still.
I know. It really did. I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a lot of smaller theaters are going to end up shutting down. I think, what did AMC or Regal announce that they're looking at really shutting down a few theaters and stuff like that? Something like that. And,
I think Regal is the biggest theater company ever, like right now.
Yeah. And it's going to be offering more of a premium experience where, hey, if you want to come to the theater, go ahead. We'll make them kind of the couches, and you can order food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the waiter and things like that, which personally I think is fucking overpriced anyway. I can do the same shit at home for half the price.
In my underwear.
And that's part of the problem, right? That's part of the whole problem, because I can wait, and I'm gonna just go bloop, and I can pause it. And look, my wife and I, we're old souls. I'll sit through about half a movie these days, and then I'm like falling asleep just because I'm so busy at work. I'm busy with my kids.
Well, you're watching it in your own bed too. At least with me, I'm in my own bed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Exactly. I knock out 9 times out of 10. I knock out when I watch a movie at least, and then catch the rest of it the next day. So a movie for me becomes a 2-part thing lately.
Dude, same. Like my wife and I, we watched Iron Claw not last night, but the night before.
Oh, what'd you think?
Saw about half of it. It's really great.
Mm-hmm.
Last night we didn't get a chance to get around to it, so hopefully we'll get it tonight. But same thing, where it takes about 2 days to watch a movie together.
Yeah. That's for those of you that haven't seen it. Man, Iron Claw is the tragic story of the wrestling family, the Von Erichs, who were massive in Texas. They were huge wrestling superstars. Unfortunately, all but one of the brothers ended up either dying in an accident or committing suicide. I think there was 5 of them. Really tragic story, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And what's his face?
Homeboy from the Bear.
Homeboy from the Bear. He's in there. But what's Zac Efron? Zac Efron's really good. He is
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I can't wait to like. My wife was talking about it earlier. She's like, "You want to finish watching the Claw, Iron Claw?" I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" You know, hopefully, hopefully we have time to watch it tonight. Hopefully nothing comes back up again. You know,
Yeah.
you can't have comedies like you did in the 80s and 90s. I'll go even further as saying even like the early 2000s, because everyone's so easily offended nowadays. I guess maybe yes, sure.
I don't know.
It's hard, man. It's way hard. Again, we talked about this on the Patreon show. Comedians getting canceled, but that stuff's coming back around where comedians are able to do like the most fantastic, the type of humor I like. That's a little, you know, pushing the envelope and raunchy and negative or whatever the case might be. It's coming back around, so hopefully that'll start getting poured back into movies as well.
Yeah, well, we saw it with Shane Gillis, right? You had sent me some videos and stuff like that of a show he's got on Netflix. I didn't even know it was a thing, but he had said some comments and he got kicked off the team at SNL. He then went on to really blow up by himself, and he ended up hosting SNL a few months ago. So it kind of just went full circle.
Imagine white chicks in 2024. Imagine, and I'm just thinking about it now because I was looking on my Amazon and it's coming. I think it's the 24th of next month. Team America, where it's Muppets or not Muppets, puppets, and it's all making fun of the Middle East, and they're having puppet sex where they're peeing on each other, pooping on each other. It's songs about AIDS.
Did you end up catching the South Park Ozempic special?
Yeah.
Oh my! I'm halfway through it. Okay. Oh my God, these dudes are still good. They still got it, man.
Did you get to the whole part about how to navigate through the American healthcare system?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That touches close. That touches close.
Oh my God, brilliant. How Butters has kind of a meltdown as he's navigating through the system. And then he ends up in the part when Interstellar where he's floating through different universes. Oh God, dude. Oh, my favorite line was what was it? Poor people get
body positivity. Rich people get Ozempic.
Jesus, guys. Matt Parker and Trey Stone. That's how it goes. Trey Parker or Trey Parker or Matt Stone. I never remember how their last names is. Either way, those two are geniuses, man.
I love everything they do. I recommend everything, whether it's Orgasmo, basketball, Team America. I haven't seen the Book of Mormon play yet because I'm not a theater person, but I would love to go see it. But like anything that they've done is fantastic stuff.
30 years. They've been doing South Park, I think, close to 30 years.
Don't tell me that, dude. Oh my God,
man, South Park 30 years, bro. 90s.
I know. I remember watching it in school, dude. I remember it being a thing in school, and then when my school wouldn't let us wear the T-shirts. Ugh. But yeah.
And they still find new stuff that I'm just like, man, you guys.
Bravo. And they're spot on, dude. Like they're spot on about this stuff too. You know, like it's so good.
Bravo.
So man. Good.
I don't know how they do it. Everybody gets, but everybody. The thing with South Park is everybody gets it. South Park is unbiased. Everybody gets crapped on in South Park.
Yeah, can you imagine them trying to do Blazing Saddles? Like, come on.
I love Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles is one of my favorite comedies of all time. Where are white women at?
Andrew Dice Clay made a comeback. He's still around. He's not like hiding or anything like that. He's my favorite comedian of all time. Like,
he's still touring.
Yeah, he still tours. He still puts up these crazy videos on online of him going up to strangers in the street going, "Did you want a picture with me? Was that you that wanted the picture?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, it's so funny. He's crazy. Dude, I've told you the story and I had to go see him like live before. Like, I remember my dad introducing me to Andrew Dice Clay, where he took me out of the house into the garage, into his truck so we could listen to it so my sister wouldn't hear it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of that noise, the cancel stuff or whatever it is, or the people get easily. I think a lot of that is just Twitter. It's just Twitter and online and social media platforms. And the problem is that a lot of people make those social media platforms their whole identity and their whole life, which is extremely sad and kind of pathetic, if I'm being honest. So they want to jump on these trends. They want to jump on these things of like, oh, you're a horrible person because so and so because everybody's just bandwagoning on everything, rather than making up your own opinion. I think,
or just ignoring it, or just like, hey, I don't like it. I
Yeah.
don't. I could just ignore it or leave it alone or whatever the case might be.
yeah, I think the general population is more like, I don't care. I really don't. I just want to watch a funny movie. I just really want to watch an action movie. I don't really care about that stuff. I don't.
I don't either. But you want to talk about something that we do care about?
Sure.
Let's talk about this G.I. Joe Kickstarter that just launched yesterday and was funded in 6 minutes. It's like the most lowest number ever for a campaign for something like this. Their original pledge was $50,000. What? Come on, Skybound! You couldn't just fork out $50,000 yourself. Is that what you're trying to say? You needed to pass around the collection plate for 50 grand. I know it's not.
Kirkman couldn't reach into his back pocket and pull that check out with all the money he's getting from walking.
Bro, it's been a day and they're $1.1 million already on this. Look at that.
Kirkman woke up this morning and saw this and had a stiffy. I guarantee you.
Oh man, he's loving it. So this is the Kickstarter for the Compendium for G.I. Joe Real American Hero. It's the Compendium set, which I was not aware of. I thought we were looking at maybe one hardcover. They were going to do a Kickstarter for one hardcover, for each hardcover individually.
Yeah,
so I knew it was going to be like 4 or 5 hardcovers. They showed the picture of the 4 or 5, and I thought, oh, they're going to do 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 or something like that. That's not the case. This is for all. Let me see. Is it 4 or 5? I think it's 4. All 4 of the G.I. Joe Compendium hardcovers. And each one is like 1,200 plus pages. Like they're pretty thick books too.
They're thick boys
for sure. But you get a choice of, you get to pick your color basically. Are you on the Joe team or are you on the Cobra team? So you get a choice of which ones you want. I wanted to go for the G.I. Joe one because I love that Snake Eyes cover there for sure.
I'm all about the blue, man. I love that navy blue.
It's a nice blue.
Yeah.
So what is it? So it comes in it's a box set. So it comes in a box just like the Akira box that opens up. Like it has like 2 flaps that opens up. It's like a really nice hard case box. Here's the front and the back for volume 1s.
This is the Marvel stuff, right? This
is the Marvel stuff it's been collected, but this is like complete. Like this is all of G.I. Joe American Hero, which is 155 issues, I want to say. It's all the supplemental books too, and like the Transformer crossover stuff. But look, here's some of the interior stuff. Looks nice. These double pages are kind of, they sit pretty flat. Looks pretty good.
Is this have they reworked the coloring? Have they touched it up or anything like that? Have they said anything?
I'm sure they've cleaned it up. I don't think they don't know if they've actually gone through and did like a full-on recoloring of anything. Because it looks the same to me. I have a bunch of G.I. Joe issues, and it looks the same. Just of course, modern day like printing and stuff like that to clean it up a little bit.
Right.
So Compendium 1 is G.I. Joe Real American Hero 1 through 50. Volume 2 is 51 through 78. The G.I. Joe Yearbook 2 through 4, and Special Missions 1 through 15. So I don't think the yearbook stuff or special missions has ever been like collected together like this. Volume 3 is G.I. Joe 79 through 115. Special Missions 16 through 28. Volume 4, G.I. Joe American Hero 116 through 155. G.I. Joe and Transformers 1 through 4. G.I. Joe Order of Battle 1 through 4, and Special number 1.
These are thick boys, man.
They're like 1,200 pages a piece, dude. So
that's a lot.
Yeah, look how, dude, the box set's beautiful. Andy Kubrick art.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that comes with that.
Yeah. I like it too because it doesn't just sit on your shelf getting dusty or whatever. I mean, you're getting more bang for your buck than just books. Like, see how it opens up like the Akira box did. I wish he would just put Andy Kubert on the book itself. He does the covers. I wish he would do some of the interiors.
So this is a box set. You have to buy the set, right? You can't buy.
You have to buy the sets.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the thing that hurt me because we'll get through when we get into like the pricing and stuff. Like here's the GI Joe, or here's the box set, which is awesome.
Oh,
look at this one. Oh, this one here, dude. I'm gonna make this like a wallpaper to my computer. This is so dope. You got you got Cobra Commander and Deathstroke. You got God damn it,
Storm Shadow.
Yeah, Storm Shadow. Serpentor. That's the one I was thinking. I love Serpentor.
Baroness back there.
Yeah.
You know what? I would have to probably go with the Cobra Commander box. I love that right there.
You get some cool cards. Like they did some cool stuff, and there's more coming out too. They haven't done any stretch goals yet that I think of, but we can look in it real quick. So you got Cobra cards too.
How does this work with the rights when Marvel has to be getting a cut of this, right?
Maybe. I have no idea
because if not, there's somebody at Marvel right now that's going, fuck.
Yeah. I would think so, because they're the original publishers, but I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a lawyer or understand how that works. And it took forever for this stuff to ever get reprinted. Like it's been reprinted before. I think just the original series, like the 1 through 55, and like GI Joe classic trade paperbacks. But that was a long time ago. But dude, this is dope. This is way cool. But the thing is, so here's the rewards. You can get just digital PDFs of the editions. $120 if you want the 4 digital editions. $75 if you want just the first hardcover.
I don't know why you do that to yourself.
If you're just getting, that's why I was like, are they just doing like? That's why I was thinking they were doing 4 separate campaigns, one for volume 1, one for volume 2, or whatever.
No, they just dropped their whole load on.
No, it's the whole thing, dude. So all 3 with the box and everything, $300.
Worth it. I think this is worth it. Honestly,
I think it is too. Thinking of it, but I do $300 is going to hurt. So I don't know if I can do it. I want to so bad. I'm tempted.
Do you drop the $300 right away, or is this pledge and then once they ship, they charge you?
They charge you at the end of the campaign. So at the end of usually the campaign's like 30 days. So usually like at the end of the campaign, when the campaign closes, your card will get charged.
Man, this is a good set. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty
cool. They had they even did the first 150 that probably was gone in like 2 seconds. Had a signed bookplate from Larry Hama.
I don't think so. Josh Greyhouse says there's no way this is a single print. I agree, but you're not going to get this premium edition again. You're probably going to get something along trades or deluxe hardcovers. But
I know they're doing trade paperback compendiums, but it's not. I think it's just the GI Joe issues. It's not the missions and the yearbook and the Transformers stuff. I think if the compendiums, the softcover compendiums have all this, I'm good. I'll just wait for those. But this is dope, dude. This is hardcore badass, bro. And then, retailers have an option. There's a retailer option here where to get half off. So maybe your retailer will get it, and maybe your retailer can get you like a little bit of a discount. I don't know, but man, dude, I am set. They had a Larry Hama one too. If you wanted to get both box sets and be a crazy person,
it's
and show your love. Dude, those things lasted like 5 seconds. I bet
those went quick.
Dude, this thing was funded in 6 minutes. So yeah, those things were gone instantly. But dude, like shout out to Skybound, like
yes,
bro. Like I know me and you, I think you and I are the only ones that have read Transformers here on the show.
Yep.
And we had to like peer pressure Jess into it. Poor guy's a recovering alcoholic, and we had to just peer pressure him. But shout out to Kirkman and Skybound because they're taking these properties and they are working with it, dude. They are working it. This is awesome. This is beautiful. I wish I can get it. I don't have $300, and if I did, I'd probably buy a key issue or something like that instead. But man, this is so cool. This is so cool.
It's tempting.
Oh, so here's the stretch goals. All right. I don't know if because he already went over $1 million. Stretch goals, you get spot gloss added to the box sets. double-sided bookmark. Oh, that's dope. You get bookmarks. Die-cut sticker. A Duke fold-out poster by Andy Kubert. Oh, I want that. A Cobra Commander fold-out poster by Andy Kubert. I want that. Satin ribbons added to the compendiums. That's dope. Foil added to the compendiums. Covers, spines, and the trading cards. And now with the most recent unlock, a Joe 4-inch patch added to all physical pledges, and a 4-inch Cobra patch added to it. Dude, I would have to get the Cobra one now if I did it, because that Cobra symbol is one of the most iconic symbols in pop culture, I think.
You know what's crazy is how many more of these they have other tiers that they can still hit, and they're gonna hit probably all these tiers. How many is left on this campaign?
Oh, dude, it's only been a day, so it's probably like at least like 29 days left.
Yeah, they're gonna hit all those tiers. So yeah,
27 days to go.
Oh, they'll be fine. Yeah, you're gonna get those other tiers, and you'll see what's going on with them. Right now, there's Robert Kirkman is lighting a cigar with $100 bill, laughing.
Kirkman's got all the Ozempic he needs now from this.
Oh shit, man! This is genuinely impressive. One, you know, we thought when we first heard, okay, they're getting the license, and then they were talking about, no, they're getting the license. They're going to be publishing out the Marvel stuff too. We go, oh, cool. So we'll probably get, you know, some little hardcovers, some trade paperbacks or something like that. Some really nice editions of the classic material that we wanted for a long time. No, they went all out on this motherfucker, and I am impressed.
They're doing it, bro. Like we were excited that they got dude, you know what's going to happen? They're going to do the same damn thing with Transformers.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, I won't be able to resist that. That's a day I will be jumping on that.
Dude, this thing made $1 million already. You're definitely going to do it for Transformers now.
Oh,
what I was trying to say is we were excited that they got the license, right? And like I said, they took it like a newborn baby, and they're loving it, and they're giving it all the nutrition and all the right vitamins they need, and they're really like showing love and appreciation and passion for this license. Dude.
No, it's true. It's true. And they didn't get some jack off that's like off the street that just learned how to draw and learn how to write comics. They put Daniel Warren Johnson. They put Larry Hama. They brought him back. They put real talent behind the books that they're doing now, which shows, and it's paid off for them in dividends.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
I'm going to say right now, if they do the Transformers series like this, I'm going to have to drop 300. Easy. I will be dropping 300 on if they pull a premium something on like this on it. And it's coming. You know it's going to happen. They're going to do it if they can do it. This is
how big is 1,200 pages, man? That's ridiculous, right? Damn it. I'm so just done with like stupid size like omnibus hardcovers and stuff. But this thing's dope with the box and the cards and everything else. Yeah. So there it is, everybody. I'm scrolling through the chats. I don't know if anybody said that they backed it yet or not.
Josh makes a good point. You made $1 million in a day, and you go, if you're right, they're probably already trying to prep for the Transformers one. They're going to wait for this to finish out. They're going to ship these out, and probably, what do you think? By next year, we'll start hearing rumblings of a Transformers edition of this?
If not sooner. With the success of this, dude, come on. Like, I'm sure the Transformer one was already in the works, and right now they're just like, all right, man, who wants a yacht?
Kirkman wants a Ferrari. He's got 3, but he wants a pink colored Ferrari in the front lawn. So,
and Josh makes a good point. Well, he says IDW is depressed right now, but why did it take so long to do this? Like, did IDW need Marvel's permission and Image got it somehow? Like, I don't know the behind the scenes of it, but I don't know why that this was just 2024 and we got it, 40 years later that we got something like this.
Hypothetically,
this is a no-brainer, dude. Like, all of us, everybody in the community, anybody who's into comic books, this who grew up on G.I. Joe, who grew up on Transformers, this is a no-brainer for us. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, let's say they announce the Transformers edition. It goes live. You think it cracks 2 million within 24 to 48 hours?
Which one?
The Transformers. If they do something like this for Transformers, in
absolutely.
48 hours, does it crack 2 million?
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
I think the Transformers fan base is more hardcore than the G.I. Joe fan base.
It might be bigger. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Like, I was more of a Transformer kid, but it's not like I didn't like G.I. Joe. I loved them too, but I was more of a Transformer. I had Transformers as a kid, and my cousins had G.I. Joe, so I still got to kind of play back and forth. But I was more of a Transformers kid growing up.
And the thing is, it sets itself up, right? Decepticons, Autobots. You pick your edition. Same thing with this. You can get the purple Decepticon box with a badass design on it. Same thing. Or you can get the red. You can get the red Autobot box, right? Where it's the Optimus Primes, the Bumblebees, and stuff like that on that edition. Oh my god. That easiest $300 I would ever drop, honestly.
Man, if I knew it was 300, I would have saved up for it. Like, if they would just announced it, like, you know, a couple of like months ago or something, you know. Oh, look, it just keeps ticking up. You can see people still hitting that button, man. Pledging away, bro. Pledging away. All right, Sergeant Savage said he backed it. Go, Joe. You're definitely right about the classic Transformers. I'd be on it too. Roll out. So all are one. Bro, like, and here's the thing too. The G.I. Joe stuff is actually, like, I watched the cartoons as a kid. I watched the cartoons, like, recently as an adult. The cartoons are kind of wonky, cheesy. They're for kids to sell toys. They're 30-minute commercials for toys, right?
Absolutely.
The comic book, though, is like, Larry Hama is a Vietnam vet. Like, he takes this stuff serious.
Yes, he does.
He takes the idea of war serious. People die in the comics because he even says it'd be morally bankrupt to do stories about war and not have people die and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, dude, Homeboy was on MASH too. Like, that guy's a legend. So, but this stuff is actually really good. I think the G.I. Joe comics might be better than the Transformer comics. The Transformer comics do get kind of cheesy and weird.
Okay.
But dude, $300, man, it tempted me. But it's gonna be a hard sell for me with the $300 part. But man, I want it real bad. Like, this is too cool. This is too cool.
Yeah, it'd be.
Ooh, plasma! I got plenty of that. I got a pretty. My blood type is one that they want, so maybe I can get more for it. I don't know.
This is so this for me is a man. If I had the spare cash, I'd consider it. But you know, the room and everything like that, the house, it's, you know, we're in a pretty small place. If it was Transformers, fuck that. I'm dropping the credit card day one. Just handing the credit card over to Kirkman and everybody. An easy buy for me if it's Transformers. Yeah. I was a Transformers kid growing up. I loved it. I loved Beast Wars. I loved all of it, dude. Yeah, I was obsessed with Transformers as a kid.
I'm trying not to talk myself into it. I'm trying not to talk myself into it. I'm stopping this right now before. I got a lot of stuff on eBay right now that's selling. Like, but I'd rather maybe use it for something else. But yeah.
You got 30 days to back out. If you have FOMO, brother.
I'm good. You
have 30 days to jump in.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Man, this is so cool, though. So cool.
William Lee said, come on, Gabe, just put that $300 on a credit card.
If I had a credit card, I would. I'm not a credit card person. But, man. And then the thing is, like, man, I wish it was something where I can do payments on it. Like, if I could just do, like, $75, you know, like, a month or whatever kind of thing, I'd be in, you know.
Yeah.
But
did you? So since we're kind of still on this,
if this is the case, Josh, I know they're doing paperbacks of the compendiums, but for some reason I was under the impression that the compendiums were just straight G.I. Joe American Hero 1 through 155, which isn't bad. I'm still going to get those one way or the other. But this is, I'm a sucker for, like, the box. Yep. I'm a sucker for the foil. I'm a sucker for the patch. I'm a sucker for the satin ribbon, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. William Lee, yes, Beast Wars was my shit growing up, but I caught replays of the old Transformers cartoons on TV all the time. But yeah, I was all about Beast Wars as a kid.
Yeah, Beast Wars, dude. I love Beast Wars. I had the DVD set, but I sold it when the movie came out because why not?
Oh,
Get
man.
some extra scratch out of it. But
Did
man,
you catch the Transformers movie in theaters originally? It came out before I was born, so I didn't catch it in theaters.
oh, I don't remember when I first saw it.
I caught it later.
I don't remember when I first saw it, but I do know that like 10, 12 years ago, they did a special screening of it in Hollywood. And they had a bunch of the voice actors and some of the original writers there and stuff like that. I don't remember if I saw it in theaters because it came out like on Christmas.
Oh.
But we're talking Christmas 1984.
Was it 84 or 86?
Is it 85? I was thinking 86, 85? 85, I want to say. And I don't have memories from when I was 5 years old. I don't know. But
Oh my God, man. Yeah. When I was sitting in the theater and not in the theater, when I was sitting at home watching it and Optimus Prime ends up dying, I went, what?
yeah.
I can't kill Optimus Prime. And he just fades away slowly.
I do remember in the late 90s, though, when I was like 18 or whatever, I did go to Suncoast Video and I did order the VHS of the movie.
Nice.
Yeah, I had the VHS.
Oh, broke my heart, man. Broke my heart. They almost killed what's his name? Duke in the G.I. Joe movie back in
He was supposed to die. He
was.
It was written, it was drawn, it was all produced of him dying, and then Transformers came out first, and there was such negative backlash from parents of Optimus Prime dying and everybody's kids just losing their minds. That whole movie is just a straight snuff film of just killing all the Transformers.
Yeah, fuck Hot Rod, by the way. I still hold on to that grudge. Fuck Hot Rod.
That's not happening here. Not happening here. Hot Rod did nothing wrong. Okay, I will stand by that. Ain't happening, dude. Hot Rod was trying to just help, man. He was trying to help.
Well, the whole point
that movie's all just snuff film, dude. They wiped out all the Transformers because they wanted to introduce a new toy line.
Bingo.
And
That's
parents,
exactly what it was.
Lost, dude. Kids
exactly
lost themselves in it.
That's totally what it was. The whole thing was, well, we've got all these toys. How can we make new toys and sell them to kids? Oh, let's just kill off all the old toys so we can sell these friggin' kids and their parents the new shit.
Wait. I think Derek Taylor just saved my life, dude. Let me see. He says that it is somewhere in the Kickstarter that the compendiums will share the same material as the hardcovers. If that's the case, I'm okay. I can live with myself with the paperbacks.
I don't know, man. Again, if this was Transformers, I'd be throwing down the 300 on it. Easy.
And I mean, is it even going to be 300? Because it's less issues for Transformers.
How many is it?
80.
Okay, I could see them dropping it down to maybe 2.
Yeah, maybe. But so it's 80, and I'm sure they're going to do like the 4-part movie issues. Maybe even do the G.I. Joe Transformer crossover also. Who knows? Or what else they might put in there. Who knows? But now's the time to start saving up, some money with a $300 goal in mind for this, because dude, this is too dope. This is way dope.
Did they are those back issues real tough to find? Those Transformers ones from the 80s, the Marvel? No, they're not
hard to find. I mean, the first issue is the only one that's really expensive.
Okay.
And there's a few like because there's a lot of first appearances in these books, right? So like first appearance of like the Dinobots.
I love that.
But I'm not talking about I'm not talking like hundreds of dollars. I'm talking like most of these books are probably like in the $10 range. Okay. And then like the Dinobots would be like $20 or something,
That's not bad.
But then the last issues on both of these, like G.I. Joe's first issue is probably about $100, but the last issue will be $100 plus, probably like $125, $150 these days.
Huh. Okay. That's not terrible.
And the last issue is just a letter from it's all prose. There's really no like art in it.
Really?
It's just a letter of like Snake Eyes talking about, what it is to be a soldier and stuff like that.
Huh. Cool.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be bound and presented in the official reading order. That's dope. man, I'm just gonna have to wait for the compendiums. I think the paperbacks. You know, it is what it is. That's I'm talking. I'm gonna have dreams about this now. Talking myself into it. Yeah, dude. Rodimus Prime rocked. I miss Suncoast Video too. Used to go there, get some wrestling videos. It was weird because it was always right next to the adult section. So you're like, oh, there's a lot of skin here, all over the place. Whoops.
I never. We never had Suncoast out here. We were Blockbuster. No? We were all Blockbuster for rentals. It was Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. We had a few Hollywood Videos, but mostly Blockbuster. And man, it was just kind of reminiscing the other day. I kind of would have to wonder if if somebody would back it and go, you know what? Would a Blockbuster, if they try to do just a few pop-up stores, 2 or 3, across the country or whatever, or a handful, would they succeed in today's market? Would people, just for the nostalgia of it, go into a Blockbuster and go, you know what? Let's go check this out. One Friday night, you go rent something. I know a lot of people drop their DVD players and stuff like that. I think it's a big mistake. But a lot of these people also have video game consoles, and you can use video game consoles to play DVDs.
Well, what about this? Do you know anybody that still uses Redbox?
No, I don't.
Remember Redbox?
Yeah, I don't. I don't know anybody that uses Redbox, but I think for the nostalgia of it, I think if you did it really small and you did it right, I think a Blockbuster could work.
I mean, there's one like in Seattle, no, Oregon somewhere, Washington. There's one like there was even like a documentary about it. It's like the last Blockbuster.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a good doc. Yeah. They're still around. They've got plenty of support. A lot of people still show up there. And
but it's like a tourist trap kind of thing, right? People just kind of go just to say they went,
Well, they do rent movies out. They
do.
They rent games. They still do the whole rental thing out.
I would think, especially because we were kind of talking earlier of how it's easier to just watch a movie at home because it's cheaper. You can pause it, go to the bathroom, put your kids to bed or whatever and not miss anything. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's streaming, if everything more or less available online. I don't know. If it was like new movies, if they did new movies right to like Blockbuster or something like that, I'd be down for something like that. If it was a little bit cheaper, like $15 to rent it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I think it'd be pretty cool. Again, it wouldn't be a huge thing. It'd probably be like a very select locations and things like that. I think, especially our generation, that's something that I truly missed growing up, where it was Friday night. I would wait for my father to come home. He'd take me in the car and he'd let me choose. Okay, you get one rental, be a movie or a game for the weekend. And usually he'd pick out something for himself or something like that. And then we grab a pizza on the way home. And that was our Friday night. It was a really huge part of my childhood. And there's part of me that misses it.
Yeah.
There's part of me that in some ways I'm like, man, that'd be really cool for both my daughters. That'd be really cool to kind of have that experience with them, especially for my youngest, because I see the benefit of physical media with my youngest because we have books around the house, books that are for her. And she's always pulling them out and she's always bringing them to us. And, she's only 1.5, but she's still really interested when we read them to her and when we flip the pages with them. And I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, Josh, I didn't mean absolutely everything. I was being a little silly about it. But the same idea of going to a Blockbuster, going, I don't know what I want to watch. Let me kind of just walk the aisles and pick what's available. That's the same experience, more or less, as scrolling through your Netflix or whatever streaming service there is. Where you go, I really wanted to see Dogma. Oh, but it's rented out. All right, well, I guess I'll go watch basketball instead or something.
Dogma. I can't believe that thing is still out of print.
I think I thought I had it, but I must have got rid of it in a yard sale or something.
Damn, dude. Is that DVD fetching for anything? I think it's going for
maybe.
Right?
I mean, I still got that 38 days later. Or 28 days later.
28 days later,
yeah. All right. So another thing I wanted to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about things staying in print. According to Bleeding Cool,
Oh, I'm glad you brought this up. I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah. According to Bleeding Cool, there will only ever be one single printing of the Marvel DC crossover on.
Oh man.
So the DC Marvel amalgam stuff, the DC versus Marvel, which is like Batman versus Hulk and all that stuff. According to Bleeding Cool, something that he said he learned at the Diamond Retailer is that there's only ever going to be one single print of both books from DC, and nothing is ever printing, or no other printing is anticipated ever.
Ooh.
Now this again, just like with the whole Kickstarter of G.I. Joe, this got me interested. Where I'm like, all right, now you got my attention. Now I kind of, even though the amalgam stuff isn't complete because they won't put the Gerald Jones stuff in there or whatever reason.
That's so stupid.
But it is now kind of tempting. It is kind of tempting.
I'm going to make a statement on this. I think this is going to be a throwback to the IST days, where you have to be on IST within, what do you think, 3 hours, or this is going to be gone?
I don't know, man. I want to fall into like we did with ROM. It's going to be a crazy seller. It's the biggest pre-order thing ever in the world. Everybody wants it. It's so crazy, and everybody wants it, and it's red tagged, right?
This is bigger than ROM, man. This is way bigger than ROM.
I mean, if this had the JLA Avengers stuff in it too, that would have been even better. But I mean, a single printing, it just depends. It's one of those things where it's a supply and demand kind of math, right? How many people really want this? How many are they willing to print? We'll see. It's going to be interesting though to see if this is going to last that long or not.
Come on.
The JLA Avengers like trade paperback, that was a really low print run as well, though.
Yeah. See, you're talking.
But this might be just, who knows? They might just print 20,000 copies of this. What do I know, right?
What do you think? Come on, give me a guess. Sells out? Or you think it'll last?
I think it'll sell out.
You think it'll sell out?
I don't know if it's going to sell out day one, but I would think if you want it, you're going to have to F5 IST or something like that, like we used to back in the day.
But now delayed. It's 24th of September. Ooh, that's around my birthday. I might bite the bullet on this. I haven't bought an edition in a long time, but just because it's a single print run, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I could probably flip this later if it does go out of print. Right. I'm being completely transparent. I might bite the bullet on this just for the potential of me being able to flip it later. And if I can't flip it for a good price, then I still got a cool book that I can read, so I don't lose. I
mean, do you even care about the amalgam stuff? Because I do, because I grew up with that. Like I was buying all this stuff and it was coming out. And that's another thing though, is like these are like dollar bin finds.
Yeah. No, I'll be completely honest. I really don't. Just because this isn't stuff that I've read or stuff that I grew up around. The concept is cool, right? I mean, I dig the concept, but it's not something that had they not said this is a single print run, I would have just let this go.
See, that's my mentality too. Is I wouldn't have take that away, right? Take that away.
I'm being transparent.
I wouldn't care. But they got my attention with the whole single print run thing.
Yes, I'm in the same boat. I'm being 100% transparent. I'm not bullshitting here. So, like one of those guys saying, "Oh my God, I've always wanted this, and I can't wait for this to come out." Like a lot of your other popular comic YouTubers, a lot of these fuckers haven't read this stuff, by the way. Just a heads up. The single print thing caught my interest. I'm not gonna lie, because I could flip it if I wanted to. Just being realistic. But like I said, if I can't flip it, I'll still read it and I'll still enjoy what's in there and be like, "Oh, this is really cool."
I mean, the artwork is cool on this stuff. With the amalgam stuff, you're going to have fun just kind of flipping through and looking at it because the artwork and some of the stories are wild and cool. Yeah. And it's Batman mixed together with Wolverine, and for some reason he keeps his outfit in a closet in his upscaled apartment. Stuff like that, right?
Is any of this really that great though? You read through this, so you know better than me.
What was it? What was the question again? Sorry.
Is it great? Is there great content here, or is it more the gimmick? You're in it more for the gimmick.
You're in it for the gimmick, but it's you want to think of it as like an anthology.
Gotcha.
None of this stuff really crosses over. They're all single issue. No, wait, some of it did get a second issue, but I don't think it's like it's not like a run. It's not like, hey, here's part 1, part 2, part 3. You know, they're basically one and done issues.
Okay.
Even though some of them end on like cliffhangers and stuff like that, but they were intended to be like, this is the only time we're going to do something like this, right?
Right.
So some of them are really good. The Batman Wolverine Dark Claw, that's cool. The Ron Mars one that he did, Doctor Strange Faith, was really good. Dave Gibbons did the Superman Captain America Super Soldier one. That was pretty good. Lobo the Duck is just cool because it's Lobo the Duck, right? So it's stuff like that. So it's going to be, your mileage is going to vary for sure. Now with the other one though, I've never really what's in the DC versus Marvel like crossover. But which ones are in here? Superman versus Amazing Spider-Man is one of the greatest things of all time in comic books.
Cool.
So that's gonna be cool to have. X-Men Teen Titans, Batman Punisher Lake of Fire, Punisher Batman Deadly Night. I think that's when John Paul Valley was Batman. So it's like the metal suit Batman stuff. So this again, same thing with here. It's all, your mileage is going to vary. Green Lantern, Silver Surfer, you know, Superman, Silver Surfer, Batman, Captain America. It's all going to be okay. Some of it's going to be better than others for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was thinking this is the earlier stuff. I was thinking this was like Batman, Hulk, and stuff like that. So this is different though.
And the thing is, they will, especially now that they're owned by mega corporations.
Yeah.
We will never get another one of these. They will never do a crossover like this again. It's almost impossible now. They would have to cross through so much red tape between Disney and Warner Brothers that it would be stupid. And the fact that this is a single print run does spice it up a little bit. And the fact that there are a lot of people out there that go, man, I would really love to see Superman fight the Hulk. You kind of get it here, more or less. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. I think there are people out there that are going to be diehard fans that have never read this stuff. And would you say go in with tempered expectations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain Underpants says they're driving up the FOMO. I don't think it's Marvel and DC driving it up. This was leaked.
Yeah. I
heard through the grapevine that this was not supposed to be like told to, like it was told to people and they were supposed to keep it hush hush.
Yeah.
But then somebody mentioned it to Rich. So maybe later down the road Marvel and DC will do something, but this isn't a Marvel and DC promotion thing saying like, hey, we're only reprinting it once or we're only doing one printing.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're driving up. I don't think they're trying to make FOMO. I just think they were going to just release it and leave it alone.
Peace and love. But if you ever want a secret to stay a secret in the comic book industry, don't tell Rich.
Yeah.
Don't tell Rich from Bleeding Cool or whatever. Just don't tell him because it's gonna get put out there.
Legally, can they reprint it? No idea, William. I'm not sure what the contracts are on how this worked out. So, NFL dude, if Rich had balls, he tracked down how big the print run could be. The Fear Agent Deluxe reprint is a single printing, and all the covers are on IST months later.
That's the big question. How big are we talking? A ROM size printing run, or are we talking about something like 20,000 copies?
Because there is two covers, right? Because there's these regular covers, and then Jim Lee did a cover for each one, right? So,
ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jim Lee did a cover. Yeah, we'll have to just kind of wait and see. I mean, again, this is a bigger deal, I think, than Fear Agent because it's Marvel DC characters, right? So there's a lot more spotlight on it, but that would also probably mean they're printing more than they did for Fear Agent. But again, like I said, if it wasn't, when they announced this, I didn't care because I have the single issues for all the Amalgam stuff.
Yeah.
And I might be missing one or two, But again, those are like dollar bin fodder stuff. Like you can find that stuff anywhere.
All
But when I heard this, I was like, oh man, this is really interesting. They're going to do one print.
all this stuff is, like you said, you can find a lot of this stuff in the dollar bin, right? All these issues.
Yes, other than like Superman, Batman, like that's a big treasury book. Like that's like a $200 book in like really nice shape.
Damn.
You know? Yeah.
Wow.
But things like, you know, not Ghost Rider, still Silver Surfer, Green Lantern, like that's all like, you know, $5 books, all this kind of stuff down here. Most of this is just incredibly cheap to find. Batman, Daredevil, Superman, Fantastic Four. That one's cool because Superman becomes a Herald of Galactus.
Ooh.
But yeah, this stuff's all fairly inexpensive to find if you want the single issues.
That's another thing. Will the fact that it's technically not complete hurt this? What do you think?
It does to me.
Okay.
But maybe some people like the idea that they don't put the Gerard Jones stuff in it.
Okay.
Because of whatever feelings they have about him.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the jail. What was it? The Green Lantern Corps Omnibus. That was missing a couple of issues. You know, I don't know if it hurt it because I still bought it, and I know a lot of people still bought it. I don't think people care. I don't think it's going to hurt it that much. Again, they could just be like, "Hey, I'll buy this for $130 and then spend $2 to get the Gerard Jones stuff if I wanted to."
Okay. Aaron Louisver, I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. Louisver says he doesn't like that it's going to be missing issues. The completionist in me makes me pass on it. I think there are some people out there that'll share that same sentiment.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. And again, it's these answers are. It's going to be both sides, right? I'm sure there's people who do care, and I'm sure there's people who don't care. AC Luna, FOMO got me on this one. Will be a piece of history regardless if good or not. I just wish they had the JLA Avenger stuff in it. That George Perez stuff. That would put this over the top, I would think.
Yeah.
X-Men Teen Titans about $10 to $20 a copy. Cool. Yeah, there's a few stuff in here that's a little valuable, but most of this is just, you know, nonsense stuff.
Yeah.
That you might not even find because people won't bring it to conventions. You know, they're like, "Oh, we don't want this. We're not going to waste time doing that."
That's sitting in the dollar store bit in the dollar bins.
Right. Right. It's in their storage unit. The store storage unit where they just have their fodder stuff.
Oh man. Hey, but would you ever own a comic shop? Would you ever own your own one? Have you ever considered?
I would. I mean, you know, of course, it's crossed my mind, but I would want to be a back issue collected edition store. I wouldn't want to deal with new comics. I would not want to deal with new comics and the hassle and the nonsense involved with dealing with multiple distributors, pull boxes, tracking people down to get their pull boxes. Yeah. You know, things like that. I would rather be like a back issue. If anything, I wouldn't want a store because of the overhead and having to pay for lights and insurance and that nonsense. You know, I would rather I would love to just be a guy that just goes from convention to convention.
Oh wow!
I would rather be like a convention vendor.
Okay, cool. Are there people that make a living doing that? Just doing
absolutely. Wow. That's what like Torpedo was like that before. Forever before they became
really
new as a store. Oh yeah,
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those guys you see at big conventions. Like that's what they do is they just bop around America going from con to con.
That's got to be. I mean, that's got to be an interesting life. That's got to be tough too.
You living on the road, eating like crap.
Hotel to hotel.
Live. You know, yeah, you living in hotels. You don't really see the town you're in, you know, because just the convention and you go eat, you know, and that's really about it, right? So
yeah,
that's what I would do. I would love to do that. Keep a regular job and do like conventions on the weekend or something. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, we're the idea came up. Well, it came up because I'm taking my daughter to her first convention in July. I haven't been to one in 6 years. So I kind of know what to expect. I mean, it's been post-COVID and stuff like that, and it seems like things are kind of finally going back to normal and everything. So, it's gonna be her first con. I want to make sure she has a good time. And the bottom line is, I'm going more for the experience for her.
Okay. You're gonna fall back into it, bro. You're gonna go see all those books and see all the people, and you're gonna be, oh, this is cool again.
No, I don't think so, man. I really just want to go spend time with my daughter and kind of chill there.
What kind of convention is it?
It's SuperCon. It's kind of it's a little bit smaller than MegaCon, but it's huge. It's still huge. It's at a convention center. It's 4 days. The works. They've got all the celebrities and stuff like that, and not, it's not like you've got Alfonso Riviera who just showed up for a day and you got to pay $30 to see him. No, they've got real celebrities and real.
They're not going to have like Virgil there or something like that.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen anymore. But still.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be cool. So we're looking.
So it's not just a convention. It's not just comic books, then, right? It's going to be like
it's
just,
a pop
it's like a pop culture kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
What is she into?
Right, well, she's 13. Whatever typical 13-year-old stuff that most people are into.
Anime? She's big into anime?
Yeah, anime, manga. She's huge on horror. Absolutely loves horror. So she's into that. So we're gonna see a lot of cool shit. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you guys have horror? I would think you have to have like a horror con down there.
Orlando does. Orlando does Spooky Empire, and Spooky Empire is massive in Orlando. Miami doesn't do it.
Take her to that, bro. Make that. She will lose her bananas.
Spooky Empire is in October. We're going to SuperCon just one day, just to see how she does it. We're going Saturday. Saturday's the busiest day, but I wanted her to kind of get the full experience of a con, so I figured Saturday would probably be the best day for that, because all the people break out their best cosplays and it's the best events and stuff like that.
To most people, and that's what it's going to be all about.
Yeah.
Experiencing it with a bunch of people.
Yeah,
that's great, man. I hope she has an awesome time. But look into if she likes it and she's, she can make it through the day. Looking at HorrorCon.
We're probably gonna do Spooky Empire. That's in October. That's in Orlando, which Orlando's a nothing drive for me. My parents are still up there, so it's not like we're even gonna play for a hotel. We'll just stay with my parents and then we'll shoot.
Perfect. Excellent.
Yeah. Not only that, one day at a convention is enough for a kid. This is what Kane said. One day at a convention is enough for me now. I'm 34, going 35. I don't have it in me to do 4 days at a convention anymore.
You wuss. I still do like full weekends when I go.
I don't want to do full in front of all those people. No, I'm good. I'm good, man.
I love it, especially like the small local shows. Where I know everybody. Hell yeah, dude! I'll show up multiple days and hang out.
Yeah. So my wife was telling me the other. I told you guys in the chat, but my wife was telling me the other day, hey, did you get tickets for the convention? I'm like, don't worry. I still got time. So I look on the website and they're going, hey, you have to get your tickets before May 24th at 11:59 p.m. to have them mailed to you. It was May 24th, 10 o'clock when I looked. And I went, oh, shit, I really don't have time.
You don't want to go to that will call line, huh?
Oh, fuck the will call line, dude. If you could avoid will call at all costs, avoid that shit. So I just look over to my wife and go, I need to buy these tickets now. And she just looked at me and goes,
I told you, you idiot.
And I'm like, well, I guess I'm buying the tickets right now. So I put the order in for the tickets. And mind you, all this is just to avoid will call. If you've ever done a convention, you want to avoid that shit as much as possible. Because if it's a huge convention like San Diego, MegaCon, or this one, you're going to be spending a good amount of time just waiting in a fucking line to go get your ticket. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I love conventions, dude. I love the big ones. I love the small ones. I just like being around. I like being around people. I like being around my people. Everybody's there for the same kind of, mentality and the same reason. But I get it, Brent. I get it.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't take my kids though. If I was to take my kids, it'd have to be like a 1 day thing. Cause I don't want to, I don't want to drag them into it more times than they want to. Right.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I have a gut feeling, just knowing her personality. We're gonna do Saturday, and we're gonna leave, and she's gonna ask me, "Can we go Sunday?" I know, and I'm gonna get dragged, and we're probably gonna end up biting the bullet and show up on Sunday. With Sunday wouldn't be that bad because I could take my wife, I could take the baby in the stroller because Sundays is typically a dead day and it's more relaxed.
You guys look at the program. Are you guys looking at like panels to go to? Is it just like a shopping thing? Like, I don't know how big the con is, but you have to have like a game plan.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I told her, hey man, look, if there's any celebrities, if there's any panels, if there's anything you want to do, just please let me know. And
figure out ahead of time because you're not going to be able to do any. Because if you go to a con with no plan, you're going to want to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to see this, and then you're not going to be able to see anything because you're going to be stuck in line, or it's not going to happen, or you gotta like I want to see this and this, but they're happening at the same time. So now it's a Sophie's Choice situation. You know, like you got to kind of, have something kind of laid out, like not an exact agenda, but at least some kind of a framework of what you want to do.
NFL dude asked me, was there not an option for a ticket getting emailed to you? Crazy that a con doesn't have a digital option. I thought the exact same thing too. Apparently it's a badge. They send you a badge and then you have to activate the badge online through their website, and that gets you into the con that day. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a scanning thing where it'll probably have like a code on the back, and then every time you go into the floor, I don't know how it's going to work. I've never been to this con because MegaCon, they'll mail it to you right there. You get your tickets emailed to you right away. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I know like San Diego, they don't email it to you. They email you like a code, like a barcode you have to bring with you. Yeah, usually, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, NFL, usually they email you like a code, like a QR code or something.
They said that they're going to be sending out the stuff in the next few weeks. I'm like, okay, fine.
That's weird. Yeah, because now the more I think about it, will call is usually like, hey, I'm going to leave your passes here. Come pick them up kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
AS said he went to his first 2 Con of Thrones. Had a very cool vibe, like a way for real enthusiasts to all nerd out in workspaces. Totally fan organized. Missed that environment. AS, I got a question for you. And I think you're going to know where I'm going to go with this right away. Are we going to get those last 2 books? Motherfucker's been working on Winds of Winter.
Working on them, sure.
For 14 years. I don't think we're getting the last 2 books, unfortunately. Oh, God.
He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money, man.
He doesn't. He cashed out, man. He's good to go. And he's like 70 something. Yes, immediately, never.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm getting pulled away.
Yeah, man, don't worry about it. Yeah, it kind of sucks, doesn't it? Because we've been waiting for Winds of Winter since what? 2010? 2011 is when Winds of Winter last came out. I mean, is when the last book came out, A Dance of Dragons. And the depressing part is that we know he's got 2 books left, right? He's got Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring. And for those of you that don't know, I'm talking about Game of Thrones. I'm talking about George R.R. Martin. And there's a high probability that we will get Winds of Winter, right? Because he's been updating. He's been saying, hey, I think the last update on percentage was about 75% about 3 years ago. So you would expect at some point with all these other projects and stuff like that, we will get Winds of Winter in one way, shape, or form. Now, if he passes before Winds of Winter is fully edited and complete, maybe we'll get somebody to step in and finish off Winds of Winter. I think A Dream of Spring, which is supposedly going to be the final book, unless for some reason he's already working on it, I think that's going to be a dud. I don't think we're going to get A Dream of Spring. What I think we might get is maybe a few years down the line, we'll get some notes, we'll get in a book or something like that, hey, this is kind of closing out, this is what we would like and stuff like that. We won't get a Robert Jordan situation. I think Martin has said that he wants to be the one to finish it, so I doubt, and he's been very much anti against, what's that thing called when fans create their fanfic. He's been very vocal against fan fiction. I don't think we're going to get a Robert Jordan situation where we get a Brandon Sanderson that'll come in and finish out the remaining books. So I don't know. Fingers crossed, man.
All right. All right, bro. I'm good if you're good.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Been an hour and 20, man. Sweet. So again, everybody, let's go ahead and let's get this knocked out. Kane's going to be going to AnimeCon every year. Let's see.
One last thing before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Just kind of updating Kane because I've been doing this every single week. I am now 560 pages into Oathbringer. That's the third book in the Stormlight Archive. What a fucking ride, man. There are so many revelations that are happening right now in that book, and so many things that are just, oh, we're recontextualizing everything we thought we knew in the last two books. The last two books have felt more like a prequel, and this is really feeling like a setup for what's to come. And I am amazed at the level of creativity that is coming out of Brandon Sanderson for this whole universe that he's building out. This truly feels like to me, because there's several books and different planets and stuff like that in this whole universe he's building. This kind of feels to me like what Jack Kirby and Stan Lee were doing, where they were fleshing things out back in the 70s and creating this whole universe. But it's on such a grand scale that I really hope he sticks the landing in the next 20 years when all of this is said and done and collected.
Very cool. All right. So one last time for everybody, check out InStockTrades.com where you can find all your omnibuses, trade paperbacks, epic collections, absolutes, even manga at huge, massive discounts, up to 50% off, if not more. You get an extra 2% off when you make an order. So you make an order, your very next order, you get an extra 2% off there. You hit that $50 threshold, we'll get you free shipping in the United States. Awesome packaging, awesome customer service. That packaging, you keep it. I keep it. I use it when I resell stuff. It's important. It's the best packaging I ever get. InStockTrades.com, everybody. Check them out. Check out the red tag sales where you will find books 60, even more percent off. So make sure you hit them up. All right. Whew. All right, Lou. Everybody in the chat, thanks again, everybody, for showing up. We had a great talk. Talked myself into getting that G.I. Joe Kickstarter. Maybe. I got to talk myself out of it. I want it now, but I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me and Lou here
Yep.
on Omnibroslive.
Yep.
That's where you can find us. We also do the Patreon show on patreon.com/OmnibrosLive, where you would get to hang out with us in like a cool little chat like this. And we talk comics, we talk movies. Mainly it's stuff that we can't talk about here, language that we can't use here, topics we can't talk about here. We show videos. We watched episodes of X-Men 97 with our Patreon people. We watched movies together. Just things that you can't do here that YouTube won't let you copyright stuff and things like that too.
We let it fly last Saturday. We really let it fly last Saturday in terms of what we could say. I'm like, oh, okay. Good times, man. No, last Saturday was a good one. I really like last Saturday's show.
Yeah, Saturday was great. We'll be doing another one again shortly, I think. You know, it's June, school's out and stuff like that. So, anyways, everybody, thanks again for showing up. Let's get out of here.
Later, guys. Have a good night, everyone.
Fucking G.I. Joe Kickstarter. I want it.